Hey, welcome back to the Help or Hinder YouTube channel. This is Miles Shockley telling you using those spiritual barometers to let you know if a film on the Netflix platform is going to help or hinder your walk with Jesus. Um, this is my attempt to help you guys make selections. So I found myself all the time on Netflix browsing and browsing and browsing, sometimes for almost a half hour trying to find a good movie. And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone with this experience. And then finding out when I'm watching these kids' films with my daughter that there's some stuff in there that really shouldn't be in there, or I should at least be prepared to pause, fast forward, because it's not that all films, the whole film is bad. It's just some things should not be in the film, and they're used to bring attachment, and sometimes that's detrimental. But they use it anyway so that you're attached to the film and they don't care how what you're going to take away. So, for instance, Disney used to utilize this formula where they always have to have a tragedy or a parent die, and they want the child to understand death for the first time through their film. Now, when a child sees that for the first time, it creates an attachment. And so this is not this is not the best way to introduce this to your kid. They're only doing this so that um, there's a super bond that's created between the content, the film, and your kid and whoever's watching. So I want to watch these films to let you guys know which ones to steer away from and which ones that you should watch with your kiddos or by yourself or with your friends that are going to pour good stuff into your spirit. And sometimes I don't give a help or hinder label at all. Sometimes the film doesn't help or hinder you, and it's just there. And so it's up to you to whether or not you wanted to take a glance at it on Netflix. So let's get started with this next movie review, and it's Back to the Outback. So this was a really fun 3D animation film. The studio that put this together did an amazing job. The animation is stellar. The definition, the movement, the colors, the landscapes. I mean, everything, the shadows, the lighting, everything was done on an amazing level. Like you would think Pixar worked on this, you would think it was a Disney DreamWorks project. It was just amazing, and it's set in Australia in the outback, as you can tell from the title. But as good as this was, and there was many moments where I chuckled. There was just stuff in there that just didn't like why. Like you have a fennel spider character that's constantly aroused in the movie, and even uses that word in the film. Even uses the word aroused. So what's going to happen when your kid comes up to you and say, "Hey, what does aroused mean?" He's doing a mating dance the whole. Now, of course, the adults will laugh. I understand who it's for, but is it necessary to carry it out throughout the whole film? And the way that he keeps it together is by holding this stick. And it's just, to me, it was just so unnecessary because none of the other characters have that much, the supporting characters have that much development, but they chose to leave that in there. Also, there's some Tasmanian devils in the scene that come up. Of course, this is going to lead creatives to do whatever with that and then use your imagination. But they chose to creatively express these characters utilizing names that in scriptures are demonic, like Lucifer, like Beelzebub. They they're using these names in the movie as character names, and it's like why? Like yes, they're Tasmanian devils. We get that. But why just settle for the obvious? Why? I don't want my kid repeating that stuff. I don't want my kids. It's just like with Cinderella, like the cat's name, and how many times the way she says it makes you remember the cat's name. And little do you know, at 5 years old, you're saying, you know whose name, right? It's like, why? Why? it's a bit disappointing. It's a bit sad. Again, I gave this film a 7.7 out of 10. It's an incredible animation feature, and I think if you got some older kiddos, I would say I would say as old as 10 to 12 that it would be appropriate to watch this film. Like I wouldn't let my daughter watch this film if I wasn't around. I'd have to fast forward several parts to just keep some of the nonsense out of it. And you know, the it's just the demonic name drops, man. It's so sad because it took away just the like you're getting ready to give a film a golden stamp of approval, and then they do this dumb stuff that doesn't make any sense. The mating season, the or using the word aroused, and they're pressing this upon kids. It's like, come on. And then from a technical standpoint, the reason why I dialed back from an 8 is because there's just no rhythm to this movie. It doesn't flow very well. Like the reason why Finding Nemo was so great is because the flow was impeccable. Just the flow of the film, the choreography of the way the story unfolds is unbelievable. And this film was really missing that. So it's tough to follow. You're going to be tempted to pause it or say to yourself, this isn't a good movie. You have to stick your buns in your seat and just keep watching it. The reason why you feel kind of like you want to change the channels because the flow isn't right. It it just there's no rhythm. So it's no rhythm. It's not really smooth there, right? So yeah, and it's just like, whoa, this guy's got no rhythm, just like me. Um, but there's some great stuff in here. There's really good stuff in here. I just don't feel it would be an appropriate film for kids younger than 10 or 12 years old with this one. I would say it neither helps or hinders your walk, so it's kind of arbitrary. It's up to you. But if you're watching with the kiddos, which most of you will be, get ready to pause or fast forward just a couple parts and maybe grab some coffee. So, anyways, that was Back to the Outback. This is your number one YouTube channel for faith based movie reviews. I'm Miles Shockley, and God bless you. And until next time, please be safe and tune into us again. We're coming out with movie reviews every day. So, take care. And again, God bless you.